We are talking about such an important issue, one that has also been in the news on and off since Biden was elected, and about student loans. This is something that you've been completely outspoken about. Why?
Yeah, well, it's a $2 trillion crisis, and it is really choking at the promise of our country. This debt is burdensome. We have an entire generation that cannot start a business, purchase a home, grow a family. It's not just a millennial or Gen Z issue. I've had constituents 76 years old who have cried in my arms that they fear that they will die still owing on these loans. They are on fixed incomes. They've had their benefits garnished because they've defaulted on loans. And at this point, they owe more than they originally took out. It's a gender justice issue. 2/3 of this $2 trillion debt is on the shoulders of women. And it's also a racial justice issue. This is the final day of Black History Month. And Black Americans have been locked out of every major federal relief program in this country. The Homestead Act, the GI Bill, targeted by redlining. And that has impacted our family's ability to build generational wealth. So although there have been gains in income, we still don't have generational wealth. So Black borrowers borrow and default at higher rates. And so that's why I took this issue on. And I have to say, it is a testament to the power of movements, because when student debt cancellation was first introduced as a policy, many people questioned whether or not the president had the authority to do anything about it. Some argued that it would be regressive in impact and only benefit white graduate students who went to affluent institutions. And I worked with Senator Warren, Senator Schumer, borrowers, civil rights organizations. This was the #1 issue for the NAACP. Tradesmen and women, union presidents, and over the course of 2 years, we proved that this is a deeply consequential issue, and we showed the diverse face of this crisis. And ultimately, we were able to get President Biden after a lot of pressure, and that's been my experience as someone who's been in government a long time. I've been in Congress 5 years, but I served on the city council for 8 in Boston. First Black woman elected there, represented the whole city. And prior to that, I was an aide in the Senate for Senator John Kerry for 11 years, and also worked for a congressman for 4. And it's been my experience that more often than not, government does not lead, it responds. And President Biden did respond to the strength of this diverse coalition and movement. And he did use the power of the pen and advance an executive action that would have brought relief to 43 million borrowers